captain. Awesome, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming here on a snowy, cold Wednesday. And those of you on Zoom, you don't know what I'm talking about yet, I don't think. Maybe you do. But welcome on Zoom. And if this is the first time you're watching our team meeting on Facebook the next week, let me introduce myself. My name is Jamie Ogden. I'm the Chief Value Officer here at Keller Williams Realty. And I'm just here representing leadership today. And traditionally, we do a team meeting where we pretty much go through everything in the gamut. We want to make sure we provide things of value to you so that when you walk away, you're like, okay, I'm a better person, I'm a better realtor, I'm better at something. And we believe we really respect your time and we want it to be entertaining. So we like to do things in an entertaining way. So, that being said, welcome. And what in the world are we doing here today? So, this is welcome to the first annual town hall meeting. Woo, that's exciting. Well, yeah, first annual, you're here for it. You know, that's a big deal. I've been watching a lot of Hallmark movies, so they'll have the town hall at the lodge that we're trying to save, so it's kind of that feel today. Jason's the big city slicker coming in to, try to put a development together, but falls in love with, not me.
Don't be so sure, buddy. Do not be so sure.
Although, he's quite the dancer. So, all right. So what can you expect? So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with the vision. What are you guys doing over there?
I'm messing up everything. This might be my last town hall. I'm the guy in the Hallmark movies that ruins everything.
Gosh, that would be, putting you in those movies would make them so much better.
Wouldn't it be great?
Oh my gosh, all due respect to Hallmark. But thank you, Brian, for that. So we're going to start with a vision from our leader, Olivia Manson. We'll share what our collective focus is going to be for 2025. Then we'll break into groups. You'll be in different groups answering all the different questions, and we'll address those briefly. As well as those of you on Zoom, we'll have a collective meeting about each question on Zoom. So ultimately, we want your input into yourself for 2025. And at the end, there'll be a drawing for an Apple Watch. However, you have to stick around to the end. Even if you're on Zoom watching, you need to hang out until the end. You got to be present for the present. Got it? All right. So first of all, before we jump into Olivia, which sounds weird that we would jump into her. Let me go to, what happened? There we go. Just want to stop for a moment. We do a lot of, I don't like calling it rah-rah. I call it support and encouragement. We like to do a lot of that. And but we also got to stop once in a while and recognize that there's a lot of people going through a lot of challenges right now. Whether it's the market conditions, whether it's at home, mental health, family trouble, that time of the year, when you bring all those things together and mix it around in one pot with family and stuff. But just wanted to say that, you're not alone and we're here to help. And I'm grateful that you're here and on Zoom so that you can help us help you in 2025 make it the best year it can be. So without further ado, let's bring Olivia. Well, before we get started, so those of you who don't, well, I suppose I could do a walk-up song.
No, I just assumed that you had one ready because you just always.
No, it's not too late.
Like that.
No, so for those of you who don't know her, she is our OP, our regional director fashion guru, and charcuterie queen.
Let's just put it this way, Jamie didn't even know what a charcuterie board was when I hired him,
See,
and I still
growth.
don't know why I freaking hired him. Are you kidding me?
For sure. It didn't work. You lucked out.
There'd probably be some barking dogs on there or something stupid like that. Okay, so.
Oh, there worked. That was even better timing.
You guys are making it worse by laughing at his jokes, like this isn't funny stuff.
That one was funny.
It does encourage.
It does what?
It does encourage.
Oh, I know, like that's why we just need to stop laughing. Okay, so just a few minutes that we're gonna spend on vision for KW PR. Anybody besides the leadership team can answer the two following questions. What's the vision for profit share of Keller Williams Preferred Realty?
$1 million by 2030.
$1 million by 2030.
That's kind of leadership attention for her to answer.
Okay, that's true.
What do you say?
He said that you should have got.
Hi.
Well, she's pretty healthy, remember? She listens.
She's leadership adjacent.
She's leadership of Jason's.
Leadership adjacent.
Well, then she
Oh, I
should
thought
get
you
a
said
million
of
a year.
Jason's. Yeah, really, now I'm falling into your dumb jokes.
I'm also leadership.
Okay, what's the agent count goal for KWPR?
400.
Well, I should have said nobody,
That's a little.
oh, that's in the past.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We're getting close.
Yeah, we're gonna go there, like our removal. Okay, and the agent count goal is 400. 400. When we look at what we call kind of the pond of where we can recruit people from for this office, it's Dakota, it's Scott, right? So it's all the way down even to Mankato. There's no franchise agreement with anyone in Mankato, so we could eventually have a large office there or maybe even a market center. So we would like to grow west all the way Prior Lake, Savage, and all the way down the 169 corridor. We've got Amber in St. Peter. We've got our gals in, I coached them over this one, I don't think they're coming today, Belle Plaine. We've got Le Sueur office, so we've got plenty of room to grow southwest, and then now we've got Jen in Northfield, so Chad and Jen, and we're working on a few others as well down in Faribault, so we have a huge opportunity. With this being said, there's like 3,000 realtors. So when I say the vision of KW PR is this, it doesn't mean that we have to stop there. This would get us to be the #1 in the entire region. And you guys knew when I took the regional director role of the North Central region, I told you that this will always be my favorite office, and it's true, right? Because this is, my heart is here. What?
We're going all the way to Iowa.
I grew up in Iowa, I don't need to go back to Iowa. She said, are we going to Iowa? No. With that being said, the only thing that I wanted to walk you through is an exercise. Do we have the paper and pens for everybody? Everybody has paper and pens? Okay, so I want to spend a few minutes. There might be a few of you in the room that have gone through this recently with me because you were interviewing for a role here. So don't spoil anything, but I want you to write down, I want you to do a box on your paper, okay? Upper left quadrant, I want you to write the word business. Business. Is that you laughing, Maria?
I'm laughing because she doesn't have a piece of paper now.
I do have a piece of paper.
Okay. The two areas of your life that I'm gonna ask you to focus on in the next couple of minutes are business and financial. Okay? If you and I were sitting together, maybe with a charcuterie board on December 31st, 2025, and you were bragging to me about how amazing everything is in your business world, what has to happen for it to be amazing? So I just want you to spend a minute. What? Now you can be specific. I increased my average sale price. I sold this many houses. I hired X number of team members. What has to happen for your business to be amazing for you to brag to me on December 31st of 2025? What specifically? could be that you work less, you never work a weekend. You don't take night appointments anymore because you're professional and you tell your clients when they're to meet with you. You get to decide what falls into that category. What has to happen for you to be bragging about it? The next question is, how is that all going to happen? So whatever you wrote in what, how do you envision that? Is it that you need to hire a coach? Is it accountability? Is it time blocking? Is it, maybe you put something in there about, your budget, which, could go over here, it also could go there. So how is whatever you wrote down in the what section, how do you envision that happening? When that happens, what do you get? What does that do for you? Peace of mind, less stress, better relationships. What is it that you get, or what does that do for you when that happens? Okay? Anybody need a minute? Okay, I want you to go over to financial and I want you to do the same thing. What has to happen in your financial world in order for you to be bragging to us on December 31st of 2025? How much debt did you pay off? Did you buy an investment property? Did you put more money into a retirement savings? Did you get your expenses under control for your budget? Did you hire an accountant? Did you get incorporated? I know some of you aren't. What has to happen financially for you to be bragging to us on December 31st, 2025 that you've had an amazing year? Okay, next question. How is that gonna happen? Whatever you wrote down, how is that gonna happen? Is it accountability? Is it downloading QuickBooks? Is it hiring an accountant? Is it daily or weekly conversations with your spouse or significant other to make sure that whatever you wrote down? How is that gonna happen? Maybe it's one trip a week to Whole Foods instead of 4. Some of you in the room that like that structure. Maybe it's only a budget for Amazon, because some of us have that problem and we just order it whenever we want and that's dumb. We need to stop doing that. Except when you get 2 jackets on sale, right? Okay.
Me, she's not talking about me.
No, I'm talking about me.
You had the whole thing.
Don Peterson had this on a couple weeks ago and I was like, I want that.
Us women, we have to justify ourselves.
Okay, what do you get? What does it do for you when whatever you wrote down happens? Less stress, less anxiety, better relationship with your spouse or significant other. Maybe you're putting money into your children's bank account that you haven't done for a few years and now you're gonna have an amazing year, so now you can do that. I want you to really think about this. Okay, the other two boxes are up to you. I'm only gonna have you do one, but you can put whatever you want in that priority area of your life, number 3 or number 4, right? I'm gonna give you some examples of those that I've seen. Spiritual. I would pick an area of your life that you want to improve in the next 365 years, right? Spiritual, health,
Days.
huh?
Days, not years.
Yeah.
I actually went for 365 years.
Yeah. Karina and I landed late last night from Austin, and I told her, I looked at her right before we left the airport last night, and I said, I do not want to see you in the office prior to 8 a.m. And guess what time she got here? 7:30. Yeah. She's not a very good listener, am I right? Spiritual, health, relationships, travel. You get to choose, but pick one right now, and then the same question. What has to happen for you to be bragging to us in 365 days plus from now of whatever area that you chose? What has to happen in that area of your life in order for you to say it's amazing? How are you going to do that? How do you envision that happening? And what do you get, or what does it do for you when that happens? And if you want to create a fourth priority, or think about a fourth priority and do that at a later time, that's fine. I just really want you all, most of you know this because you've been at KW long enough, but this isn't just about selling houses. This is about having a big, great life, right? And so if we can figure out what other areas in your life that you want to focus on, because when we become better in those areas of our life, then more than likely we're gonna have a better business. Right? And I'm preaching to the choir here, we were talking about health this week in Austin. Okay, so do I have any brave volunteers that would like to share? It's okay if we don't. I know it's very personal.
I'll share.
Okay, Bryce, and then Ryan.
Business, so my what was full-time admin running at 100%, individual volume at 20 million or more, individual units at 50 or more, team units at 130 or more, and all systems in place.
Wow.
Yes. If you haven't met Bryce and Brian, they transferred over a few weeks ago from Remax. We were taking over the world at 5:30 this morning on our text messages about who we're gonna recruit next from Remax, so this is gonna be fun. Thank you for sharing, appreciate that. Brian? Brian was still in bed, I think.
What's that?
Because he didn't respond. I said Brian was still in bed.
I actually did sleep in this morning.
Oh, yeah. Normally Brian's up at 4 and Bryce is 5, and so
I
sometimes.
was kind of shocked, it was the reverse.
I know. Normally I go, well, Bryce isn't out of bed yet, and then you're, you know.
I've been
yeah.
regretting it ever since.
Yeah. You should have seen the talking on the side. Ryan, go ahead.
Business ahead, full-time admin, 5 agents on the team right now. 100 transactions for the team,
Love it.
40 per personal, and that's the range of that 15 to 20 million.
Yep.
How it's just, I think, finding the right people, so quality over quantity, that's what we talked about the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And get it for you, just more time back with family, friends,
Yeah.
and then obviously creating much more financial security.
Love it. Love it. Those of you who are looking to hire an admin, I told you you're my favorite office in the whole North Central region. I just finalized this morning, March 26th and 27th. We're gonna have career visioning and 30, 60, 90. So we can spend all this time finding and hiring talented individuals for our team, but if we don't know what to do with them after we hire them for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days plus, what's the point, right? So, we don't have a location set, it'll probably be either in this office or Maple Grove or Roseville. Okay, good, any other volunteers? Thank you for sharing, guys. Okay, all right, last thing, we forgot to hit on the why. Why is it important that we grow? Leadership can answer too. Go ahead.
You want us to benefit from passive income.
That's one reason, passive income. Profit share was designed for the ALC members to receive the majority of the profit share. It doesn't mean that if you're not on the ALC that you can't, right? Passive income with Keller Williams shows up on the 21st of every month. Who in here, raise your hand, just show of hands if you've ever received profit share. A lot of you, right? So you're all here because you love it. We're gonna talk about things that we wanna hear from you in a few minutes of what you love, what you want us to stop doing, start doing. We want your feedback, right? If you love it here, I'm gonna challenge you to give us those warm referrals of people that you're doing deals with so that one, they have a better life and a better business. Two, you receive passive income. And then of course, it just helps the overall community of Keller Williams Preferred Realty, right? So yes, profit share. I think I saw another hand go up. John?
Let's put my hand up for the agent count. When we have more agents, then you're gonna have more resources to pour back into the agents, then they can be more productive and have better lives.
Yeah. What will it look like when we have our own standalone building that a lot of you are investors in? Right? How does that affect your listing appointments when you go and you say, we're the #1 office in the entire state? That's why you should choose me.
I say that already.
That's true, but like in terms of volume and units and market share, good one, Jason.
Not growing, you're dying.
If you're not growing, you're dying. That's just it, right? Your leadership team wakes up every day thinking, how can we serve you better? And when we're growing, we know that we can continue to serve more and more and more. So those are a few reasons. I just wanted to kind of touch back on that. If you would like to send an email to anyone of the leadership with what your goals are and how we can support you, that's what we're here for. So please do, if you need or want a separate coaching appointment to really dive in. Sometimes this is hard, right? And I should have told you that when we started. It's okay if you don't have a priority number 3 or 4, but I would challenge you to think about it. Okay? All right, that's what I got.
So that's all her, so we asked if she can come and share a few words about her vision and the vision of the company, and what does she do? She gets focused on what you want, and that's ultimately what we want. We all help each other get what we want, success through people, right? So, wonderful. Next stage, where to go? Look here. All right, 2025. I don't know how many people know who Kirby Puckett is, and I've talked about him a lot, because he was my mentor, one of my first major mentors, one of those people who did something at such a high level that it's hard to imagine yourself ever being there. However, for 2025, why relationships and memory? So bring it back real quick. It was 1996. It wound up being his last year. We didn't know it was going to be his last year for the Twins. His spirit alone, first of all, when he was drafted out of the south side of Chicago. He was 5'9", and the youngest of 9, and he believed he was going to be a Major League Baseball player. Well, as he describes it, he was in the hood. No one's coming to the hood to watch him play baseball. So he would take the L train and just play pickup ball whenever he could, just outside his area, hoping a scout would see. He eventually got to the point where college saw him, and then the Twins. His attitude and how he conducted himself in the clubhouse, off the field is his own thing. In the clubhouse was electrifying, and I believe he, of course with the help of his teammates, but his attitude and vision brought 2 championships to Minnesota sports, and we haven't had them since. But it's really the result of how he conducted himself and how he led. So, 1996 was my first spring training in the big league camp with the Twins, and Puck would always say, you can't put a U-Haul on a hearse. And, you go buy something, he'd say, you can't put a U-Haul on a hearse. So finally, we're sitting next to each other, and I just say, hey, Puck, so of the rich people I know, you seem to enjoy spending money and being rich more than any of them. So do you mind sharing with me quick what it means to you that you can't put a U-Haul on a hearse? For those of you who don't know, you can't put a U-Haul on a hearse because he's just saying you can't take the material with you, right? And he's not even just saying that means spend it haphazardly. He just said that everything you do is about relationships and memories. It's starting with relationships. He says if you focus on the relationship, you create a lot of memories. And one example he gave at the time was another player named Barry Bonds, an amazing player, probably the best hitter ever. And he was a very isolated, not kind of a curmudgeon, not a good teammate type. Kirby compared himself to him in that regard. He said, you know what? Everything when Puck retires, which was later that year, we didn't know that, right? But when he retires, because he celebrated every step of the way with everyone he came in contact with the Twins and fans, he said, you know, they're gonna celebrate with me, because what happens when you do celebrate with people and take care of relationships, he says so much goodwill happens, people wanna do business with you, they wanna work with you, and you're gonna wind up with a huge U-Haul on your hearse anyway to give to your family. And isn't that what we do as realtors? Our job is to create relationships, go deeper with them, go wider with them. This is your job. I mean, this is the number one part of your job. And when you do that, you're gonna create a lot of opportunities and memories like she just spoke of personally. Because isn't that what we want at the end of the day? We're doing this, at the end of the day, all we have left with us, relationships and memories. Some of us have lost dear ones here just very recently. And all you have right now from them is the material items, but the memories. So as we go through this, we're gonna put a heavy focus on 36 Touch program in 2025, as well as coaching, consulting, to help make sure you're held capable of reaching more and more people, so you have more and more opportunities to earn more and more opportunity to create memories with those you love. Now, fast forward, I had never felt a spirit like that since meeting Kirby and being around him. Until I started seeking the TL position here. I really wasn't. They put me in front of Olivia, and I like to tease her, but that was the first time since I worked around Kirby that I felt that spirit. It's special, and she's got it. The culture's amazing here, but I just want to tell you that what we have in her is Kirby would include everybody. Kirby would walk in a room and make sure everyone was engaged, or at least he engaged with everyone. And he would be the first to try to find out if someone was really in a bad spot. And before you'd know it, something would show up from Kirby. So we have that here. We are blessed. And you know what's exciting about that is once we hit, again, 1 million in profit share means we're doing a lot to help one another grow a lot. That's a good thing. My thing is I want to have like a acupuncture massage. San Antonio office has it.
Your cap to go up if we're doing all that. The San Antonio office is 21,000. I just heard from that leader yesterday.
Thanks for bringing us down.
Trying to bring you up.
Okay, well, speaking of bringing up, so once we hit that goal, do you know what Olivia really wants to do? Once we hit that goal in 2023, we may have a new building, and we'll have a statue of her just like Kirby. That's what our new office will be looking like, and there's a bronze statue of Olivia.
You're unreal.
How long did it take you to do that?
6 hours.
I have this like cut out ready for anything. It's just ready to go. Okay, but thank you for listening to that. I just want you to know how important that is to us, the relationships and memories. Work hard, work efficient, and play super hard, okay? Moving on to 2025, just want to share that. So when the Peters, Leslie and Andy Peters were here, they talk a lot about, or taught about the 36 Touch program. So it's important as a brokerage to provide you opportunities to plug in, to the 36 Touch program, which requires, in their case, 4 events throughout the year. So first quarter is a $1,000 giveaway. We want to do that one so that we make sure that everyone throughout the whole area, no matter whether you're down in Marshall or up here, you can participate. We want to make sure we have that opportunity. Arbor Day is going to be special. This is the time of year where a lot of brokerage are sending out trees all over the place, right, for their clients, which is great. But I don't know, one year I had 3 people ask me to give me a tree from 3 different brokerages, and that's fine. Well, what if we did it at Arbor Day and you bought a little tree kit to give to your clients in the name of a lost relative or something like that? You're impactful, you are the spotlight. Quarter 3, which we've combined a little bit here because we're gonna have a carnival, which we talked of last time. We're gonna have, fun things for kids, but then also shredding opportunity and trunk or treat, which is kind of in both. This year we had like 10 cars for trunk or treat. However, we're looking to at least triple it. It was a blast. It's an easy, quick thing to do. It's fun. You get so much social media play from it. Highly recommend doing that. And then we just had photos with Santa, which was wonderful. He told us which one of you are naughty though, which thanks, Jason. And then internally, we got an award ceremony coming up we'll talk about. Agent Appreciation Day and a summer barbecue in quarter 2. KWPR luau, and then turkey and jingle mingle. We just want to make sure that we have 2 events where you can invite spouses and family. This is a spouse event, and this is bring the kids. We'll have a great time, and dogs. I'm just seeing if she's listening. Okay. I'm gonna go through these questions quick, and we're gonna hustle up and get going on them. I just want to say what we have around the room here, and hang on online. Misha's gonna help you all on Zoom. So in-house, what we have is we have 8 questions we want y'all to answer, and you're gonna be in groups. And the first one, what types of training events would you clear your calendar for, or both? What kind of event? Is it bold, wealth? Who would you clear your calendar for? James Shaw, the Peters, Jordan Freed. How do you and your business benefit from this strong culture, or even strengthening this culture even more? What vision, or what does the vision of the $1 million, she proposed that question to you. However, in your group, come up with some good answers for what does it mean to you and your business and our acupuncture area. What would it be, or what would you like to learn from your peers' business? One of the questions we've been wrestling with recently is, once you get that listing, what is your communication schedule? You just wing it? Or how do they know that you just put it on like 1 million websites? Do you let them know that, hey, it's up on 1 million websites? Wow, you did all that? That was 1 click, but yeah, it took forever. Anyway, what do you want to learn from your peers? Do you want a copy of that schedule? What would you like to see from us? What would you like to see us continue, stop, and start? What social media posts can we provide to help you? What would your 2025 look like if you had monthly coaching or consulting to hold you capable to the goals that you want? And what would it look like if you don't? And 8, what limiting beliefs do you have that could hold you back from having an amazing year? So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to get into groups, and I'm gonna give you a number, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do you want to be 1? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now divide that by 8. 3. Thanks, Jason. So divide your number by 8. That confused them.
Why don't you just count off like 8 like we were in gym class, brother?
Right.
8, 1, 2, 3.
Math, they always made us divide it.
We ain't in math, brother. That's
Why
why
have
they're
you done
here.
that?
They're here because they did not do well in math.
Oh.